change in the meta in the last, say, a week or so, or 5 days maybe, is Zoo. I believe Zoo is making Kazakus Priest a little bit more awkward because, not sure if the matchup is super great for Kazakus Priest, especially if you tune it very greedy, like for the mirror with the Mind Blast and stuff. Grinder Mage pretty good against Zoo. Yeah, Grinder Mage is pretty good against Zoo, especially if you just tune it to be like, you know, kill everything with Geist against Jade Druid, but I feel like every deck has like a little bit of a problem because, you know, you can run that, but then it's kind of hard to beat Priests like that for the most part. Had some poke today for lunch. Stonehill Defender, this probably implies that he's not running a Mind Blast list and he's running Geist and Elise. Yeah, I think this kind of list is better against Zoo, but again, it's really weak in the mirror to run this kind of list. So it's just, everything is a sacrifice, I guess, at this point. Ultimately, it comes down to drawing Death Knights, which is kind of frustrating, honestly. I feel like too much of this game is coming down to drawing Death Knights. Who draws Death Knights first? Let's hope for no Potion of Madness here. It feels good if he trades in. Barnes is always weak to Potion of Madness and Priest Mirror, but that's not a reason to mulligan Barnes. It's just a reason to maybe value it a little less. It's still your best 4-drop. It's still, you know, much better to have Barnes than to not have Barnes. Potion is good, but it's not the end of the world because they don't really get the value from like they don't get the res, the minion, you know, as Kazakus Priest. Like they don't get the Eternal Servitude, your Yasharj or Lich King. So at worst, it's like a free roll for you. It's just gets countered a lot. Is Mill Warrior still? I haven't seen anyone play a Mill Warrior, so I don't know whether it's still a decent deck, but Mill Warrior is weak to aggro, I think. I mean, the classic like weakness of Mill Warrior was Bone Mare, right? And now there's so many Bone Mare decks. Like all the Prince decks are running Bone Mare. He has 8 cards here. Silence isn't particularly good in this matchup. I can definitely consider silencing off the Blood Mage. Hi, good luck on Legend 1. Thank you. We really need an aggressive opening against Kazakus Priest because late game they beat us most of the time when they get their combo up. Even if you get your combo like online late game, like some of this Barnes Resurrect stuff, oftentimes if they get their whole combo, they can just kill all your minions with the combination of, you know, free spell, like cheap cards and 2 damage every card. It's not even that hard from the clear like 8 to 12 health minions like that. Especially if they outvalue you with like, you know, the combination like Geist Elise, like that kind of list. Mind Blast could just kill you, so we really want an aggressive opening. This is a pretty good aggressive opening. He just got 2 cards. It's likely it's good for me to actually anti-magic shell here. His Shadow Reaper is not until turn 8, which will clear 10/10. I mean, he didn't have Death last turn, I'm assuming, but it's still kind of risky, right, with 2 of these cards. And then 1 top deck, and I have nothing to do with my mana. Also just does more damage. 2 damage a turn here. Death Coil, I mean. Hey StrifeCro, quick question regarding your mage list for another day. I'm currently running 2 polys, 1 meteor, but I see you're running 2 meteor, 1 poly. Meteor is much better against like non-big decks, I guess. And I don't think big decks is what you're targeting more so than like aggro and stuff. Especially, okay, so one of the reasons why I like 2 meteor, a very specific thing is a lot of the times clearing out the board before Bone Mare is really important. Can't heal it, yeah. So Meteor kind of splashes, right? Does 15 and 3 and 3, and it's turn 6 right before Bone Mare. So Polymorph never can really clear out stuff before Bone Mare. I guess you can Poly Ping, but that's only if they have one target. So that's kind of like enough of a reasoning for me to have 2 Meteors, just because of how good it is, like right before Bone Mare to potentially AoE down the other minions. He has one more turn for Anduin. Unfortunately, we couldn't hit him for 10. Got 9 cards here. Let's see what we get first. We could play that.
I hope you like my invention.
I don't want to mill a card, and I can't Greater Healing Potion my guy, and I don't want to Spirit Lash, because then he doesn't even have to have, the Death Knight, the 5/5 can just trade, so I'm actually just going to Greater Heal, kind of waste it, unfortunately. We are going aggressive, so... Like, sometimes you can outvalue certain Rozakis priests by just healing yourself twice and they're running out of cards if they get their Death Knight combo late game, like late in the game, late in their deck. I've been getting like kind of frustrated with how Hearthstone is right now because it feels like so much of the game just comes down to who gets Death Knights first. That it's like really actually bothering me a lot. Like, I feel like they should try to do something a little bit better than that, if possible. Got 10 cards. We should try to dump our hand a little bit. Because say we play a Sarah here, it's not exactly playable because we have 10 cards. Same for Lich King here. It's possible we can play 2 cards to clear here, like Dragonfire Lash. Death Grip doesn't allow me to dump my hand, it's just replacing it, so... Since we're trying to do damage to him, it's not really that great to play a Ysera here, I believe. Okay, so main reason is I lose the card, but also I'm leaving up Priest of the Feast. It is nice to generate a value, and that is my main win condition. Like, he can't give me value cards from Ysera, but again, like, the fact that I milled a card probably already makes that wrong. Because I'm not really getting value from Ysera, just I'm milling it. Assuming that Shadow Reaper is not super important to develop, I'd prefer, like, Potion Ysera here over Shadow Reaper. Shadow Reaper could be a full clear with Potion and Shadow Reaper. It's not like he has that many threats. Like, it's possible that it's better to just clear out everything. But it's so hard for him to deal with Ysera, and Ysera is not vulnerable to the trade of Elise anyways. Volatile, thanks for the sub. Welcome. Here's a Crofus. It's either Death Knight, Keleseth, or Bone Mare. Keleseth and Bone Mare is usually in the same deck. Most consistent deck to climb ladder at the moment. In my opinion, it's like Zoo, Jade Druid, and Big Priest. Big Priest because it's good in a new like Zoo meta a little bit. Like Big Priest, I believe, dominates Zoo. Zoo is starting to be pretty good counter to Rozakis Priest, I feel. Jade Druid is good against the Rozakis Priest as well as it's pretty solid. Jade is a little bit weak to Zoo. Who knows? How many cards do we have? We have... Okay, so I don't have to use anything here. I could just, like, Shadow Reaper and heal my Ysera. Question is, do I want to dump some cards like Death Grip, for example? I don't think so. It's just, is there any difference between 4/7 and 4/9? Not like directly. So could potentially do this. Let's see. Is there a reason? One of the reasons is I can spam a whole bunch of hero powers if I keep Death Grip, right? Like hero power, Death Grip, hero power, Sarah Awakens, hero power, things like that. Which is a pretty good turn. I haven't tried Malygos. GG. Decks.
Anduin versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory. Light smiles upon the just.
We know what kind of deck he is. I just want to go for the proactive part of my deck, like pulling big dudes. I don't need to worry too much about removal. Even if I mulligan just for the proactive part of my deck, I should like naturally draw into enough removal to counter anything that this kind of deck can throw at me. I have some time here. Let's wait around for the visions. Not sure what we want yet. Sometimes I consider like if I know I want Eternal Servitude, if I have one Servitude in my hand, I think I go dig for it sometimes. Oh, that's not good. I'm drawing a lot of cards. A lot of my big minions, leaving Barnes as one of my only minions in my deck. I'd probably go look here. Servitude is good. I would also even take Potion with Madness here since it's so weak to it. I'm gonna do this. There's a good chance to get Barnes anyways. Statue's like not super amazing, and he oftentimes has Priest of Feast or Kazakus here. Like, I'm starting to need to clear out this board, and these cards aren't cycle cards like Novices and things like that. Ooh, that's a good draw still. I get Statue or Lich King now.
Tonight, a tale of terrible tragedy.
I think my goal is to bait him to use this potion first before I Pint Horror. He oftentimes takes +4 health here, things like that. And if he takes summon a 5/5, I can also Pint Horror. Right now I need to save my coin for your Sarah, because we have no high roll potential really for this coin Shadow Essence here anyways. Lich King Statue are generally not going to be like super high roll targets. This is pretty useless. All my minions are in my hand, pretty much. And this deck is really spell heavy. Okay, that's why I was using... So this is Dragon, we know what it is. Beast. Murloc. No Murloc, so Beast would be... Kodo, maybe? Crawler. Crawler makes the most sense. Oracle, I don't think so. Let's see. Maybe he's running one Oracle. It kind of makes sense. It's likely he's running... Maybe it's even likely he's running one Dragon, one Murloc, one Beast, and he drew 2. We don't even know which 2 it is. Like, I would have used my coin or something like that if I got Lich King here. If I got Statue, it's kind of lucky for me even. I mean, if he has Cola, he would use it this turn. He's gonna mill me if he uses it this turn. He definitely has in his hand. He either had it already or carried it, right? So let's see if he has Cola here. It can't be Mukla, no way. This is a relatively safe board. We're definitely all in here. He's already played Ra's the Healing and Shadow Reaper to beat me. I didn't really pressure him too much here so far. I can start a good amount of pressure here, but again, we're always on the clock for Shadow Reaper. Because he can either kill me with Mind Blast, and it's also just possible for him to straight up kill all my minions once he gets Shadow Reaper down. It's definitely not looking good for us. I don't trade the 1/1 in. He hasn't used Potion of Madness, but this shouldn't be like that weak to Potion of Madness here. Also, I don't think he ever trades Tar Creeper in, because that only does 1. If Tar Creeper is a 3/5 in his turn, I strongly would consider the trade there. But Tar Creeper attacks so poorly anyways. Pint Horror, oh, it's gone. So your charges our play. I guess the only thing is to think about is whether we trade here. Because we take more damage trading in. That's only a 1/5 on his turn. But we can't AoE it down next turn. Assuming we don't want to Dragonfire our own guy away. It's actually likely we're going to win this game through an alternate way here.
The light has betrayed me.
We have no more threats left, and he polymorphed your Sarah, so we strongly consider winning through spamming greater healing potions here. He drew this combo kind of late, and he only has 8 cards left. Because he drew combo late, he doesn't get that much like hero powers in, right? His total of 13 more cards, which is a total of 26 more damage, 1 every turn. It's definitely possible. Dragonfire left as well. We could pull Charge out again, pull Lich King as well. We still can go for pressure here actually, but after this, we would go defensive. If we were going for pure defensive, we might even hold Laughing Sister, because we can combo with Spirit Lash to heal a little bit. This pretty much ends our pressure. He has to dump 8 more into Lich King. Probably like maybe a spell holding him with hero power or something like that, but every hero power he commits to minions now, he's starting to lose face damage. He's all in on us. That's why this deck's kind of cool, I guess, because against this priest, like if they don't get their Shadow Reaper early and Raza early, so we definitely don't play a Shadow Reaper because we lose our healing potential here. We're just playing purely defensively now. If we get Shadow Vision, it's kind of likely that we go for Greater Healing Potion number 3 rather than Eternal Servitude. There's some hard mains to kill here, huh? We can't actually kill this. Can we ever kill this? No pints in our deck anymore. Army of the Dead, obviously no. It seems like the answer is we can't ever kill that. And we're not winning unless we can kill that, right? Because repetitive damage for a turn, we can't out-heal. There's like at least 8 more turns. 8 times 4 is 32. We just died to the minion itself, meaning we kind of have to win the board. It's a lot of blanks.
The light has betrayed me.
Like Servitude or Greater Healing Potion. I probably would have taken Servitude, try to get either like Lich King to try to trade. I think it'll die but absorbs 8 damage. It gives me a card as well. Or I could go for
This jungle hides many secrets.
Statue to try to kill it, but right now we're stuck just trying to hero power it down, unfortunately.
Shadowy thoughts.
2 lash, 3 hero power is a kill. But I'm better off killing at least this 5. That's barely any different. I was trying to think if we can optimize this a little bit. Like maybe leave that up 1 turn, kill this 1 turn earlier. It doesn't use mana that well, and I feel like it probably answers no. Like 4 is smaller than 5 attack, but it's barely any different. So, and the death changes the breakpoints a lot, right? Because that's 4 mana exactly with 3 hero powers. Death, like I get 1 less hero power there as well. That's scary. This gives him enough value to potentially grind me out, but maybe I hope he's not running Mind Blast, so it's a little different again.
You wish to live forever.
It's likely this is the biggest board that he's ever going to have with the Dragonfire here, so Spear Lash still heals me for 3. I hope he doesn't have Mind Blast. I actually think I saw Velen last game for some reason, but maybe I'm just crazy. I don't think I saw Velen actually. I'm gonna assume he has no Mind Blast. Velen. We can't beat that and the Elise Potion. We can just try to grind through the pack. That's about it. If we had heal here, there's no Primordial Drake, this would have been much more playable for me, because every turn I'm effectively losing 2 health with this line. I need my last Dragonfire soon. He probably just hits this down with 4 hero powers. If he trades, I heal for 4 every time, so that feels good. I don't think he's trading, though. At least has a death rattle to get rid of one of his minions. Depends if like everything is playable, I guess.
The shadows grow short.
Almost certainly game over. I don't think I can win this game anymore. One greater healing potion through all this.